akompreko Agyapong ni team ene Anas aremiao Anas ni lawyers aclash na omadi nkomo ewo ho otie Kennedy akompreko Agyapong ni team na court case a chese ewo US no omo kiremu a court enyambuaye na sane Anas mo parade nsem no ewo mountain say Kennedy akompreko Agyapong ewe so twa $18 million ede ma Anas no enya no kre na saa so na Anas lawyers no ene Anas nkrofo no so ensem mo de ba mountain so the opposite side. Now this time around Kennedy team no ene Anas aremiao Anas ne lawyers no oma clash na ne nkomo no omo anka se di omo ho nkomo we to ba na we ato aba ene emra de ebi ewo ha no ma we si esua yentie
Kwasi wadaruma eja kwasi hold on for me pacho so podua mu mame Mbusa Evans Salasi Adika, who is part of the Anas legal team. Evans pacho akwa babio we dey fache say how pacho.
No problem.
Okay, all right. So Evans, quick one. Question question a legal practitioner and MPP is a friend to Kennedy and he is interested in the conversation. And I always say there is no judgment as we speak. From your explanation to us, what we laymen do understand now, and say there is a judgment, but he is claiming there is no judgment, and nobody can prove say judgment in ye. But then Kennedy Crawford apply for mistrial, and after 30 days, that will determine whether the judgment from the jury will stand or not. But what is the issue?
I'm not involved in political banter or banters that have ulterior motives. I am strictly about facts and law. I was in court, okay, and as an officer of the court, you see, and I'm not catch them on a say. The mistrial, the request for a mistrial was dismissed. Who should video now speculate here? Slow. There be a judge in the slow it down, use your means to decipher what the judge said. That is where the judge dismissed their request for a mistrial. Let us not get in the media space and misinform the public. I will not come and sit on your platform and do that. The judge promptly dismissed the request for a mistrial because that goes to the actual trial, including the finding of liability. So, the question became, if you say, and look, I like I said to you very clearly, on Thursday when the jury came back, the lawyer instantly raised the issue of remittitur. Because Obusan and said that the jury award, it shocks the conscience of the judge, and using the supervisory powers to reduce the amount. Judge Nakachi almost said, what no more can, but he didn't say anything. Now, the bank court on Tuesday, they raised the same issue where lawyer and there's evidence and don't say no fan of training diagro will be only basis for right now. Basically, anybody who's saying this is saying that I'm not reporting the truth. Now, if you remember, someone sued Donald Trump for doing exactly that. I will not put my credibility and integrity on the line and come on your platform and spew lies. I am not a partisan politics. I'm not involved in partisan politics. I am purely a lawyer at the service of the nation. Okay? And on Tuesday, lawyer Corrison, which is Agyapong Kennedy Agyapong lawyer, raised the issue to the judge, and there's a video recording for all of this. Ebusa judge, they said, on Thursday, when we raised the issue of remittitur, and you said, and the judge said, no, I never said that. And we were telling a lawyer in the car, say, okay, at this juncture, no, we raised the issue of mistrial. Judge Nibusa, a lawyer, know his position. Our lawyer responded, said, even if there's some sort of defect in what the jury came back in terms of not following the instruction of Krana, the remedy is not a mistrial. The judge has supervisory powers to cure any mischief. Now, let me point out something important at this point. The cure, what is the cure? Perhaps our lawyer advocate said, maybe the judge can fix it himself, or we set aside that portion of the award that our friend lawyer Corrison saying that the jury went beyond their bounds for that, according that 8 million punitive damages now. We will just have to do a do-over of that portion. Now, it is important to note that this trial was bifurcated by Papa Kennedy, a Agyapong lawyer, specifically to deal with these punitive issues after the first phase. Our chair damages and liability, some of the liability in one step, and if they award a certain class of damages, which is compensatory damages, now it will open the door for punitive damages. Now, here, as someone judge, basically, the argument for punitive damages, instruct court deliberate. They came back and informed the court, 18 million yet you tell who say, now 8 million that's one, punitive damages. So that is where the issue is right now. But like I said, we should have the same video now. At the end of the video, the jury was discharged. So we have never put in the public that there's a judgment. If you listen to what I said clearly now, I said a jury verdict came up, right, with $18 million. Now, the judge has not asked us, say, draft of judgment and the now on finance and twice here so we can proceed. In the interim, if the other actors they have any misgivings about that now, we need to file their
Lawyer Evans, Lawyer Evans, Mpacho may educate me kakra. Okay. What is the difference between verdict and judgment?
Okay, the judgment is the jury verdict reduced into writing. This and class and echo one more set organ will be an answer who execute it. So me first time now I said all of this. I'm will say, prepare the judgment to the command judge in line with the judge's statements to ask in court in front of the other side. No say, actually we can say it's a judgment. They could have drafted BB but I'm for computer and court Adam. So I never said that, let us not try to spin it. No one is spewing any misinformation. I simply reported factually everything that happened that we have on video.
Okay, so which means Mobaje verdict from the jury and presented to the judge, right?
The jury already presented it to the judge.
Okay. Okay, but
the way it works is and of course, judge will take input from both sides. So I say,
yeah.
And so computer no crown, no draft. And so in this case, video. I can show you video of all of this. There are many of these orders and things that were done in this court now. Either say that's so with the help of lawyer Corris, Papa lawyer no. Now, if you say about judge, the my judge, through email, not judge, not for office, not for printing or the other.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm honestly, to next, presented that judgment. Now that doesn't stop the other side from filing whatever they want to file. And once all of that gets to the judge's desk, the judge will decide what is expedient and what is expedient to do next.
Okay.
So let's not be playing this game of words and a judgment.
Okay. So Lawyer Evans, sir, and yes, we are involved in this case. Maybe I am able be in and can walk today. And I have friends say Kabwa in Chichimukakra. Yamfan say as we speak. So there is a loophole for Canadian Agyapong to go back for a repeal on this matter.
There is no loophole for Canadian Agyapong. Canadian Agyapong can file a post-trial motion. Post-trial motion. And no, we also have we can also respond. If it's a judgment number or post-trial motion now, the judge will fix the judgment accordingly.
Okay, so they say no, you're trying and you're maybe called judge.
Nothing stops us from presenting our judgment to the judge
for signature. Okay, all right. Lawyer Evans, me da se bebre me pacho. Unia gina so ba said the kan no sebi o de oni amayo sem ni bibia but lucky for us no kwesi kwatin so kire ne legal opinion keke is not about politics anyway. But thank you Lawyer Evans. I say omra pacho fa che kakra.
Enti conversation na ekoso no utie announce areme yawo ne lawyer no ensem a okasa ensem no ekofa omudi nkomo akirechirem ubesua de e de free more yenti
akwasi Unu ebusa na wo court wo.
You see, I don't want to go in that part. First of all, I took offense to.
It's a simple yes or no question, my brother.
No. You don't decide how.
You come on air trying to impugn my character. I mean, you start someone say, let me answer. Anyway, have a great day.
Very well. But Mr. Mato.
Yeah, because yanko.
I felt that the partisan or politically exposed does not mean that you lack conscience when it comes to matters of law. If you are being very honest to ourselves, even the president of the land is partisanly aligned. Indeed, who even says or not or any partisan? Indeed, the fact that I'm a member of the MPP and known does not mean I cannot speak law. And I don't know what the court was. We all have our associations and our networks and the people that we speak to. I have held 2 conferences with the Agyapong legal team. It is on that basis that is where I'm speaking, and also with the facts that are available to me. Indeed, Bobby, and I say, indeed, there is a final judgment of the court, or if you want to even say the verdict of the jury, it's even the decision of the court. Do you really think the court to make a decision? I'll file an application for mistrial. Lawyer Ben, don't you think that reasonably any lawyer would have gone for an appeal? First of all, stay the execution and gone to a higher court so for appealing decision. Which reasonable lawyer will go and file for mistrial, or even for the court to even throw the mistrial out? The judgment about final judgment. Why would I have to go and file a mistrial? Reasonably, don't you think, say, the court only a circuit court, I'll go to higher court to go and appeal. The higher court, I'll go to Court of Appeal to go and appeal. A Supreme Court, a Court of Appeal, I'll go to Supreme Court to go and appeal. And even at the Supreme Court, when the decision comes and I'm not happy, I can go for a review. Who would, even in its normal senses as a lawyer, say a final judgment, you go and file for a mistrial in a final judgment? Indeed, the reason why it couldn't have been a final judgment is that you cannot file a mistrial after final judgment. After final judgment, you can only go for an appeal. This is basic law. In this, me politically exposed in the interview, my junior politics, and I know this, I just leave it for you in the studios and the people listening to us with that. Again, or say the judge made a decision on the mistrial application. I wanted him to be on the line so that he gives us the ruling of the mistrial application. The ruling is free court or by him. Because at the end of the day, ruling a day now for our apply maximum 2 days you will get it. Drama a ruling. You say indeed the court ruled on the mistrial application. That's why I'm saying is who in his right senses and court can make a decision a real or because also apply for mistrial. I think he made a point about Agyapong wanted to get the court down. Yes, that is true. That is not disputable. See, after the verdict of the jury has been made known to the court, any lawyer will adapt all manner of strategies to be able to protect his client. One of them is to buy time. And buying time will even mean, and not necessarily even buying time, but you can use to buy time, but you can also use to even mitigate the damages on your client. And how do you do so? $18 million. You are representing the interest of your client. Reasonably, you will file say interest and some court now adopt them and not be any judgment. But if in that process you get to know, one more class a mistake in what they did, what do? Would you file for mistrial? So I really do not see.
But so Kwesi, with your explanation, meaning that there is no doubt that there is a verdict from the jury.
Oh, that's not in dispute.
Exactly. One. Whether you call it a verdict or a judgment.
No, it's a verdict. The verdict is not in dispute, but there has not been any final. But it has not been entered into the court record.
Yes.
There is an existing verdict.
Yes. So there is no doubt that Orabia and Openibia a friend Ora Kennedy Japan and Orabia a friend Anas Akojina court. Ewa America Bruch mem ama jury ne ebobo asemono. Almost say Ora Kennedy Japan edifo. We know Achinye be anyone, right?
Yes, but Achinye, but you see, for purpose of education, that cannot be an order of a court unless the court adopts it.
Okay, so which means Anas legal team no ewo final stage and also final step to take. And son no much me to an amount say Ura we japade we were ha. And yes, sir.
Okay, Bobby, I don't know. I just have to maybe once again briefly explain. Even in murder trial,
yeah.
The jury verdict is back. court no judge no be a friend no summing up. Or any you with a question during it at your module say. The baby on me be on my and the face ma and son of Agyapong and son of discharge jury. But the music say one day I'm obey a mistake to discharge them so reconstitute the jury. That is when application for mistrial has been heard. And as of now, you cannot enforce that verdict because it is not the final judgment of the court.
Okay. So the whole argument from Wowo's side, and that's your opinion. And they say until say omo a judge no bit me affirm the verdict from the jury, they cannot enforce the verdict.
But the judgment be any for the jury assembly don't mean fantastic.
Okay, all right. So I think when Evans now you are on the same wavelength, probably from different angles, because on also estate here that they need to present their documents to the judge, then they need to do some signatures, then they will take it from there. But there is this video.
We are parties in the suit, you know. Jury the way a common sense approach. Jury the verdict bar. Who document when other command judge about the verdict. What the parties are there. If you can only object to it or be okay with it and keep quiet. Jury has nothing. One also is the one winning the document when other command judge. How they are they? Who are you a member of the jury?
But there is this video that they claim say in that video judge no ebo Kennedy application of mistrial no why
my heard video no, so you see one I didn't hear that. You can also listen to yourself but I say first of all 30 days from now is not far where the decision of the jury of the court or the ruling on the mistrial application will be heard because judge in the say they have to file written application on mistrial application. Indeed. So I can't say judge about 2 weeks. We are giving them time. But the M of 1 week. One month ruling now, Emra. Say judge is not okay. You have to write it. A month ruling the maniere sampa. The mistrial application, court no about 2 weeks. The court declined or dismissed it. Near sampa indeed the court dismissed it. A month ruling Emra. Me I no permit where you court in the website is out. But the court website is indeed ruling be almost say indeed the court dismisses it. Almost a party to it. If you have any idea, then they are able to me and farmer. What I say? Can I have almost someone farmer into a more ruling in Manila? There's nothing like and you see the reason why I don't think it's necessary to even jubilate about this thing is that first of all, Bobby, say, assuming we even without admitting the court will say jury no evidence Agyapong or mistrial application you about to go in legal litigation. That is not the end. I can go for an order of certiorari if I believe that the procedure was not proper and pass it. Or worst case scenario, because the matter has ended in Numpono, I can just go for an appeal. I also have 50-50 chances. Appeal no say high court may make man for affordable appeal. I can go up to the Supreme Court. Matter we are filing 2022. And you think you carry. And if even mistrial back, now we have to start the whole thing again. I don't think there is a jubilation and what have you. I don't think it helps anybody.
All right. Oria, thank you. You. All right. Yenya Kwesi Kwatin, former public relations officer at the Ghana Education Service. No, Minister of Education, right? And Yaten and Kano. So these are some of the issues. But Divine and Kuma will join us in the studio.
Intiano any sema a course between a Canadian company Agyapong any team no any Anas Aremiao any lawyers no omo clash here about a court case a was US a New Jersey and Sensema a course aha a Dowona TV chawadin e conversation.